Welcome student. I am Mr. Abhijit Bambre, working as assistant professor at Gokhale Education Society's Arts, Commerce and Science College Jafar. Welcome again. In last video, we are started chemistry of dye stuff. In applied component, TYBSc applied component, there is main 4 units, 2 unit from drugs chemistry and 2 unit from dye stuff chemistry. In last video, we have started chemistry of dye stuff. As we know, the nature has abundance of colors, the leaves of plant having various shades and having different color, or the flower have variety of a hues of red, yellow, blue, violet color. Birds and butterfly have attractive colors. Rainbow consists of VBGR, that is violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red colors. And as we know, even in prehistoric time, man has used coloring matter extracted from plant and organism that we called as a natural color in caves painting. So student, what is dye? What is color? A dye or dye stuff is usually a color organic substance, may be compound or mixture, which applied to the substrate impart color to that substrate. What is substrate? It may be leather, it may be some textile material, it may be waxes, it may be cosmetic or plastic substance. Non-toxic dye. Dye are used in foodstuff. There is so many color, natural color, which were used as food materials in many dairy products, in cosmetic, in medicine, or in meat, in a dairy product. And light sensitive dye. What is light sensitive dye? Those dye are used in photography. The dye are called as light sensitive dye. It's all about dye and introduction of dye that are we are discussed in earlier lecture. What is requirement of an good dye? Color and chromophore. Dye having chromophore and oxochromic group. Chromophore are actually responsible for a color, whereas oxochrome are intensify the color. Substantivity means affinity between dye and substrate molecule. Substantivity is actually a affinity, means attraction between a dye and substrate molecule. Substrate, it may be any plastic material, waxes, ceramic material, then textile material, etc. Solubility. Dye are soluble in aqueous medium and organic medium. Then linearity and coplanarity. Suppose dye molecule and substrate molecule both are linear, the affinity between them is increased. So affinity is increased, dye printed on that substrate is permanently. Economic viability is an important factor or important requirement of an good dye. The cost of a dye is a very important. It's depend upon which raw material are used. If the raw material are cheaper, then the cost of a dye is a low. So it's a requirement of an good dye. So student, today we are going to start fastness properties. What is fastness properties? What is fastness? The ability of substrate to retain color when they expose to the various agent or various condition is called it's a fastness. Its fastness. What is fastness property of dye? The ability of substrate to retain color when exposed to the various agent or various condition is called its fastness. There are six fastness property, that is light fastness, washing fastness, perspiration fastness, heat fastness, rubbing fastness, and bleaching fastness. There is six fastness properties, that is light fastness, washing fastness, perspiration fastness, heat fastness, rubbing fastness, and bleaching fastness. Let's see one by one. What is fastness property? What is light fastness property? That is first properties, that is light fastness property. Suppose if having a cloth of a one color, when a dye or printed fabric is exposed to the air, exposed to the sunlight, when a cloth is exposed to the sunlight, or we are drying the cloth into the sunlight or exposed to the sunlight, some proportion of the light is absorbed by the dye molecule. The energy thus absorbed may bring about the self destruction of the molecule in the presence of oxygen and moisture from the air, and so that fabric undergoes permanent fading. Fabric undergoes permanent fading. The permanent fading of fabric is called as phototropism. Got it? Light fastness. What is light fastness? Suppose we are drying the cloth. Suppose consider it is cloth. We are dyeing the cloth, or it explodes into the sunlight. There is some changes take place, and the fading of color means what? Fading of color means what? To lose the brightness, to become a dim. Cloth having dark color, when we expose to the sunlight or drying to the sunlight, we get a, or we lost the brightness, or the cloth became a dim. Got it? What is light fastness? When a dark color cloth or any textile material, when we expose in the sunlight, then fading of color is take place. Fading of color is nothing but the loss of brightness to become a dim. The permanent fading of color is called as phototropism. Got it? Next fastness property, that is washing fastness property. There is a fabric A, there is a fabric, another fabric, that is B. When the dye must possess good washing fastness when two or more fabric are washed together. Staining of a one fabric with a dye strip from the other fabric will occur. When we wash the fabric or cloth, two or more than two fabric washed together in washing machine, the fabric, suppose there is a example. Suppose a fabric having a light color, A fabric having a light color, and B fabric having a dark color. We washing A fabric and B fabric together. We washing A fabric having a light color and B fabric having a dark color. When we washing A fabric and B fabric together, the fabric A the fabric A is a stain by a color of fabric B. Got it? What is washing fastness property? When two or more fabric are washed together, staining of one fabric with dye stripped from the other fabric will occur, or staining of other fabric will occur. Suppose A are one cloth and B are another cloth or another fabric. A fabric is having a light color and B fabric having a dark color. When we washing A fabric and B fabric together, the fabric A is stained by a fabric B. Got it? Next fastness properties is perspiration fastness properties. What is perspiration? Human perspiration can be acidic or alkaline. Human perspiration can be acidic or alkaline. The dye must have stability toward acidic or basic condition of sweat, which called as fastness toward the perspiration. It is an important fastness properties to making a dye. It is an important consideration during a making or the manufacturing the dye for a mainly for a textile material. Then heat fastness. The dye which is applied at higher temperature, like reactive dye or dye used in ceramic work or painting, should have stability toward higher temperature, and the properties is called as fastness toward the heat. The ceramic painting or ceramic dye or ceramic color having heat fastness properties. Next, rubbing fastness. The dye which are used to leather garment should have resistance toward rubbing, so that fading of leather, hand gloves or jacket will not occur. This characteristic property is called as rubbing fastness. When we polish the shoes, or we rubbing the cloth, or we rubbing or polish the shoes, there is no fading of color. There is no fading of color means there is no change in original color. There is no change of original color is called as rubbing fastness of that dye. Means suppose shoes having black color or shoes having red color, when we polish it or rub it, there is no fading, means there is no change in color. So that red color shoes or that red color dye are called as rubbing fastness of that dye. Got it? It means heat fastness means there is ceramic work or there is some color work on the ceramic material. Heat fastness properties means there is no there is heat effect. There is means what? There is no change take place due to heat. There on that ceramic work by any dye on the ceramic material due to heat. There is no change of, or there is no change due to heat. That color of ceramic are called as that having a good heat fastness properties. Got it? Rubbing fastness. Then bleaching fastness. The printed fabric, when subjected to the bleaching process, the dye should have good resistance toward action of bleaching agent like chlorine, and the properties is called as bleaching fastness. When we expose the some textile material, some shirt, t-shirt, in the bleaching process, there is some change in color. So the dye printed on t-shirt or cloth, any textile material having good bleaching fastness property. Got it? So student, today we discuss fastness properties. What is fastness? Fastness properties means the ability of a substrate means any, it may be leather, it may be textile material, it may be plastic material, waxes, cosmetic, etc., to retain the color when exposed to a various agent is called as fastness. There is 6 fastness properties, that is light fastness, then washing fastness, then perspiration fastness, then heat fastness, and rubbing fastness, and last one was bleaching fastness. Means what? Suppose when we any textile material exposed to the light, there is no changes take place due to light. Means those cloth, suppose if we having a t-shirt, dark color t-shirt, when we expose to the sunlight, when we suppose we having a dark color t-shirt, when we expose or drying in the sunlight, at the sunlight, there is no changes of color. Means the t-shirt or that dye having good light fastness, that dye having good heat fastness, when same t-shirt, when we washing, there is no change of color. Means that t-shirt having good washing fastness properties, then there is same t-shirt, there is no changes take place due to perspiration, due to sweating. Means that t-shirt, that dye having good perspiration fastness properties. Got it? Today we are discuss fastness property. There is 7 fastness properties, that is light fastness, washing fastness, perspiration fastness, heat fastness, rubbing fastness properties, and bleaching fastness properties. Thank you. We will stop here.